Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Let's thank our members first over Landing 11B, Cots, and Crazy Bull. Thank you for being the full crew members, it helps a lot. Thank you all the Foxbet members and the Fishbet members as well. So thank you guys, be a member if you want to help the channel, subscribe, and let's get into it. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the BR changes again. A lot of the BR changes there, they want us to do a feedback on it and stuff like that. And I just wanted to talk with some aircraft that are going to be changed and just some aircraft that I think needs to be changed on the aircraft on tier basically 6 and 7 because it's the most that I play. So just some speculation and some things that I think it should be changed. Obviously, I think the main thing is I think we need less BR compression in general. I would love to see 11.7 BR at least here. That would take the pressure out of many 9.0s to 10.0s aircraft because, for example, the Su-25 is facing a lot of 9.0s because of that. Because if it goes too high up, it will be kind of bad. And right now it's completely stomping every 8.7 onwards because it kind of pulls the aircraft upwards. Not the 8.7s, but especially the 9.0s, 9.3s. So yeah, there are some aircraft that I think needed changing, not many, the A10 will be changed. I think the first two that we can see changing, and I think it would be fair to be changed, it is first of all the A7E, man. There's literally no reason why this aircraft is 10.7, at least 10.3, same as the A7D. But even that, I mean, yeah, the performance is a little bit better in speed than the A10, but I don't know. With the A10 coming to 10.3, I would say that these aircraft should maybe remain on 10.3 initially, but then afterwards maybe even 10.0. So yeah, this is my first thing. I really think this aircraft should be a lower BR. It's too high right now, and it's problematic. Yeah, in the US, first it's especially this. In Germany, there's not many ones as well. I think the main one is the F104G. That 10.7, I think it's too high for it, and 10.3 is kind of too low for it as well. In 10.3 kind of dominates, and in 10.7 it kind of suck. So I don't know what to do with this aircraft, but the 10.7 is not really working. Maybe only with the German one, but all the other F104Gs or the J, they're not really they're really bad at this BR, so problematic. I still think that if we receive an 11.7 BR, this would be changed, and this could remain on 10.7, but still. Another aircraft, two aircraft that we can see here, it's the CL-13 Mark V and the Mark VI. I still think that the Mark V being 9.3 is too high. It is a very good aircraft, but it's always facing AIM-9Ls and R60Ms. So I really think it should be a 9.0. It will give it a chance, but you have to be careful because a 9.0, this if it faces a down tier, it will kind of dominate because it is a very good aircraft with its own engine. But still, and the Mark 6 also it has its problems. I mean, a 9.7, I still think that it's too high of a BR for it. I didn't manage to play too much on it yet, like the Mark 5 that I did. I still want to spade it, but still, I have a feeling that this aircraft should be a 9.3 aircraft, just like the other, like the F40 and stuff like that. Even though it's better than that, due to the BR compression again, we have a lot of problems with that. For the USSR, I think there are a few aircraft that I feel like it's kind of weird. I mean, the MiG-21 F-13 and the PFM being 9.3 is just kind of weird. I always say that. I think they should be 9.7, but because of the BR compression again, I understand. But the main aircraft that I think should be changed, like it's the Su-17M2, man. This doesn't have all aspect missiles. It doesn't have flares. It is kind of heavy, even though it has the same engine as the M4. It's still kind of it's not a heavy aircraft. And yeah, it just has normal R60s. It has laser guided stuff, a very good ballistic computer, and it can take a lot of bombs, but it's not something completely out of the ordinary. And I really think it should be like a 10.3 aircraft. I really think. 11.0 is way too high for this. The Su-17 M4 being 11.3 also, I think it would be alright. Yeah, there are some other things, minor things that we can think of. For example, the MiG-23M, if it got weird, the R60M was to be removed from this aircraft, it should be a 10.7 or something like that. But it is still a very good aircraft, even with the R60, the normal R60. So 11.0 will be probably the only BR that this thing will always have, you know. But these are the changes. Obviously, we can talk a little bit about the Su-25. If the A10 is going up in 10.3 and 10.0 being the premium one, I think the Su-25s need to be 10.0 at least. They are better in certain areas than the A10, and in other areas it's worse. So I just think that it should be 10.0. They're very similar in many aspects. So yeah. For Britain, I think there are some few exceptions here, but I don't know. It's complicated. I think 11.3 for both of the Phantoms here, it's kind of high, but not that the 11.0 will change too much. I still think that at least the F4M over here, the FGR2, needs a new IR missile, but still, I don't know. I think he needs the A9L being in 11.3, but still. The Hunter F6, I mean, I know that the SRAM is a very good missile, but come on, 10.3 is kind of weird. 10.0, 9.7 would be alright, but I mean, it's facing a lot of flare things and a lot of better missiles and stuff like that. So I don't know, it's complicated. Another thing, the Sea Venom, it's a very bad aircraft. I think maybe 7.3 would be a better BR for it, but not much of opinion over there. Other aircrafts that we have, obviously the F-104J here is just completely trash, right now. It doesn't have flares or anything like that, so it always goes for top tiers matches, so yeah, it's not good. For China, let's see. I mean, China is kind of alright, I think. We can talk about the F-104G again, obviously. I think the F-104G is one aircraft that it's the same problems as the other ones that I told you about, but everything else is alright. Italy, obviously the F-104G as well here. Everything is okay. I think the Sagittario or the F86K, it's one of those aircraft. It kind of suffers a 9.0 right now against the R60. It's really hard to fly with this aircraft. But if it was put it to an 8.7, it would basically stomp everything. So yeah, there's basically not much room to run for, and that's the deal with the BR compression, right? France, it has its problems. Obviously, I think the BRs over here are pretty much okay. The Mirage F1 is alright because it has the Magic 2s, alright, it's alright. I think the Mystère 4A is kind of a higher BR. It's a very bad aircraft. 8.3 would be, I think, a very good BR for it. The F86K, as I said before, it's the same principle as the Italian one. At 8.7 it would be OP, but at 9.0 it kind of gets stomped by the 10.0s and stuff like that, so kind of problematic. But still, Sweden. I still think that the J37C should get the A9L in the future and be bumped it up to 11.3. But everything else, I think it's alright as well. Israel, I think it has its problems as well sometimes. For example, this RB 9.0, 8.7 would be too low because it has the Shafir 2, but it's kind of a bad aircraft. And the Mystère 4A is kind of a problem as well. But anyway, the Nesher and the Mirage F5F, I mean, the 5F is alright because it has the Magics, but the Nesher might not be, I mean, I don't know why it is an 11.3, 10.3 aircraft and the Mirage 3 is a 10.0. Like, it doesn't make much sense. They have basically the same stats and stuff like that. So I think the Nesher specifically should be a 10.0. But as you know, Gaijin actually uses a lot of the statistics to actually deal with this. So it's not much to say about it. They have the statistics and they will use it to get better choosing factors. But yeah, basically these are my feedback basically on the BRs that need to be changed on the tier 6 and tier 7. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about it, and maybe if just go to the forum there on the the BR changes, and just leave your feedback there. I'm going to leave it on the description. Okay, so I see you guys on the next one, and bye guys, see you.